Hi everyone, we're going to make some lovely herb jellies today. Now these are great for the store cupboard, they keep all winter long, they make fabulous gifts and they're great with all sorts of different foods. In fact you can use them for almost anything that you would use a jam for. I like to use lemon balm for fish and poultry, lavender is wonderful on scones, chamomile tastes like honey and is great on toast. Thyme is lovely with beef and meats. Basil is a good all-rounder. Yeah, you can use that for almost anything. Yeah, I'd say herb jellies are pretty useful. Now today I'm going to be making a combo one. I'm going to make a mixture. I'm using lavender and thyme, which is really good. You can use that savoury and sweet dishes. I really like this one and it's really popular as gifts. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our apples. Now I've got basic cooking apples here and I've got 900 grams, which is about £1 10 ounces, something like that. Now you're just going to roughly chop these, leave the peel on, leave the core in, everything. Don't be precious, just chop these guys up a bit. Into quarters is good because basically you're just going to be boiling them down. So you're going to chop up all your apples and to that mix you'll add the rind of a lemon. And basically you just want the outside, you're not wanting that bitter pith. And you also want the juice, so juice your lemon as well. And your herbs. Now we can be pretty robust here because what we're doing is we're putting all this into our pot and we're boiling it up and then we're going to be straining it through a jelly bag. So that means that our herbs can go in with their stalks and things, it doesn't matter. So what we do is put everything into our pot and we're going to cover that with water. Just cover it just to no more and then bring it up to the boil and let that simmer for a good half hour just until everything has gone squishy. Now this one has already done that, so now we're going to sieve it into our jelly bag. Now this contraption here is one that I actually bought as a kit in a hobby shop and you can get them in department stores and in good cook shops and things. Normally in the house I just use a sort of muslin sack that I made and it hangs from a hook in the kitchen. But I can't hang that in here, so I thought I'd give this thing a go. It was really easy to set up. Let's see if it works. This could make for a really strange video if this doesn't work. So we take our pan of what looks like pretty repulsive mush and we're just going to pour this into our jelly bag. Oh yuck, that does not look very enterprising, but believe me this will taste gorgeous once it's all done. So just put everything in there, herbs and all. And now you're going to leave this, and you're going to leave this well alone overnight. So it will drip right into the bowl here, and that's it. Now I'm going to leave that, and I'm off to bed now. And I'll see you guys in the morning, and we'll do the next bit. Night night. Good morning. Here we are back at Jelly Central again. Now, as you can see, our little contraption has worked and it has been dripping away all night. We have lots of lovely juice here. Now, what we're going to do is measure the juice. Now, the first things first, resist at all costs the temptation to squeeze this bag thinking that you're going to get every last drip of juice out. If you do that, all you'll achieve is cloudiness in your finished jelly. So let's not do it. Let's just take this out, pop it out of the way and measure the juice into a measuring jug. Now, for every pint of juice that you have, and that's about 600 mils, you want to have a pound of sugar, 450 grams. So what have we got here? I have exactly a pint of juice. Isn't that handy? Now, into my pot, I want to pour in my juice. And I want to add my pound of sugar. And this is just standard sugar, nothing fancy. Okay, now I'm going to put this on the heat and I'm going to heat it gently to dissolve the sugar. Now, while this is warming up, you could be doing some other things, some prep work. You could get some saucers and put these into the freezer or into the fridge just to chill them down because you're going to need these to get your setting point. And also, you could be preparing some little lavender buds and the little leaves off the thyme. You don't want any twiggy bits, just tiny little leaves. and the little flowers, and this is just to put into your jelly at the last minute to decorate it. So you could be prepping up this, because this is going to take a little while to heat up, and then you want to really get it boiling, and it will take about 10 minutes or so of rapid boiling to reach setting point. So while all that's happening and you're doing all your prep work, I'm going to go and have a cup of tea. I'll see you in a few minutes. Hi there, tea break over and we're back to the jelly again. Now, my prepared plate has been in the fridge, and what I've done is I've taken it out and I've taken just a spoonful of my jelly and I put it on a little plate and popped it back into the fridge. This is to test your setting point. Now, as I run my finger through this, you'll see that it's not joining together and it's gone all crinkly. My jelly's ready, it's set. So what we're going to do now is take our pot of hot jelly. Now be very careful, this is incredibly hot. And I'm going to add in those little pieces of herbs. This is just for prettiness really, and I want them to go in now so that hopefully they will actually mix in and not sink completely to the bottom. Now if you've got any sort of scummy stuff on top, now's the time to just whip that off. And we're going to put this into our jars. Now my jars are all sterilised. I've washed them in hot soapy water, and then I've put them in a moderate oven for about 20 minutes to dry off completely. And here they are here, and they're still warm. So be really careful here, you're dealing with hot jelly and you're dealing with hot glass, so careful. So I'm now going to just fill my jars. And look how pretty this is. Just look at the colour of that. You see, it was worth not squeezing the juice bag and putting in extra, because you would have lost that clarity, you would have lost that gorgeous, gorgeous colouring. So I'll get a little bit more in there. And as you can see, because I've waited to the last minute for my set, I'm actually getting the herbs to float throughout the jelly, which is exactly what I wanted. Perfect. Now I haven't made very much here, as you can see. I've just made enough for a couple of jars, just to let you see how easy it is to do. Should be able to fill this jar a little bit more. There we go. And when you've got your jelly in your jars, you then want to put a little disc of wax paper on top of each, and then pop on your lid and seal it. And there you have it. Gorgeous, fabulous herb jelly. And this is lavender and thyme. And look how easy that was. Enjoy.